Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty interesting things to go over. We have new Datamines, we also have a new rumor that's popped up about a third DLC pack for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. There's a lot of things to break down and get into today, so if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below. Let's try it at 500 likes. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, just a quick recap about the Emboar 7-star raid, which is now back in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. HDvee here tweeting out saying, HDvee update, the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Mighty Emboar Terra Raid Battle event has begun its second run, with Blissey returning as additional raids. It runs until the 23rd of June at 23:59 UTC. So, of course, another Stars Pokemon 7-star raid will probably be announced after this one. No idea who it's going to be. There's not many left to choose from. But yeah, either way, that event is back live in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I mean, it might be a outbreak event afterwards, you never know, but it looks like they're just going for all the starters regardless. But either way, I'm not even sure what the best set is for this. I haven't played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in a while because there's just not really that much to do in it anymore. But either way, if you are wanting to do some more Emboar raids, now's your chance. Moving on, we have some massive data mines to go over for Pokemon Go in regards to the whole Dynamax situation. Now, we covered this recently, but in the latest Pokemon Go update, loads of more things have been data mined. We actually have visual representation of what these Dynamax areas are going to look like. So we have the Pokemon group here tweeting out saying, here it is, the first model we have of the stations. What will the stations be used for? So this is the actual 3D kind of, I guess, image of this Dynamax station. So I just kind of rotate around it. It looks like it is just a football pitch, which of course is what, well, it's like more like a stadium kind of thing that obviously the gym battles are kind of taking place in Pokemon Sword and Shield. But as you can see, we have like all the fans around. And I feel like we just have the big kind of Pokemon, whatever Dynamax Pokemon is in the center or something like that. I think it's probably going to work similar to gyms maybe, where you obviously just walk to it. I don't know if like some Pokestops are going to turn into Dynamax gyms or whatever, or just regular gyms are going to turn into Dynamax gyms. Maybe they just pop up like Elite Raids or something every now and again. Who knows? But as you can see, this is the 3D model of what it's going to look like in Pokemon Go. So we actually have visual images now of what the whole Dynamax situation is going to be. Again, it's going to be weird having Dynamaxing, Mega Evolving, all this stuff in Pokemon Go, but I guess you're not going to be able to use it all in competitive, so I don't think it's going to be that bad. It's mainly going to be used for like raids and stuff. But yeah, I'm assuming it's just going to be Dynamax, Gigantamax, raid Pokemon, and I don't really know what else they could really do with it. But either way, it looks like it's going to be a really good addition to the game, and hopefully it's going to, I don't know, just make the game a little bit more exciting to play. Because at the moment, I feel like it's a tiny bit stale, so a big update like this probably going to be, I don't know, maybe it's going to be announced at Worlds or something like that, who knows, because obviously it's data mined into the game already, but you know, it doesn't mean it's going to get announced anytime soon. Like, I think that Poipole was in the game for a while before that was kind of data mined, before that was kind of actually revealed and stuff like that. I think the main thing to take away from it is just that it is coming, and hopefully it's coming soon. We have some more data mines about it as well. So several errors related to Dynamax. Bread is the code name for Dynamax, which of course is why a lot of this is going to sound really weird, because it's going to have like bread and dough and stuff like that. That's kind of like the whole data mine name for, or the code name for Dynamax. But they have been added. So error, not in range. Error, bread battle unavailable. So Dynamax battle unavailable. Error, Dynamax battle completed. Error, no available bread lobbies. Error, player below minimum level. So I don't know what the minimum level is going to be for these Dynamax raids. They're probably going to roll it out as they always do. So maybe level 40 and above will be able to do it first, and then it will get rolled out to like 38, and then 36, and then 34, and then so on and so on. Error, station inaccessible. Says error, no power crystal. Says error, no invite. Error, no power crystal slots remaining. Error, bread lobby full. Error, bread lobby expired. Error, Pokemon power crystal limit reached. Error, insufficient MP. So I don't know what MP is either. Like, maybe you have to charge up something so long and then you can do these Dynamax raids. Like, maybe it's not going to be raid passes and stuff. Maybe it's going to be a completely different system. So power crystal is probably the crystal that starts the Dynamax raid. The stations are very beautiful. So yeah, the whole MP thing. So obviously insufficient MP, like mana points. I don't know if that's going to be something we have to charge up. But yeah, the power crystals, I'm assuming, are going to be similar to like raid passes. So hopefully you get like one a day. I'm sure you'll be able to buy more in the shop and stuff. But yeah, that looks to be how you actually start these Dynamax raids or battles or whatever you want to call them. Moving on, we also have this as well. Possible interactions at the stations. So you can explore the station, you can enter a lobby, you can open the item bag, you can show help, show interaction rewards, save for later, view stationed Pokemon, station Pokemon pressed, activate AoE, scan lobby code, return to map, spawn item bubbles, clear item bubbles, spawn station map Pokemon, and despawn station map Pokemon. So I don't know what the last two are there. Also very, very interesting. We also have these as well. So version 3.19.0 has started rolling out. Let's begin our data mine. So new actions have been added. So join bread lobby, leave bread lobby, get bread lobby details, enhance bread move. So yeah, I think that might be like a Dynamax move that you can enhance. And then release stationed Pokemon. And then, as well as that, we have another event that's also been announced for Pokemon Sleep. So Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the next Pokemon Sleep event has been announced. Sleep Growth Week will begin from the 1st of July through to the 8th and give various boosts with sleep research. So, yeah, that's the Pokemon Sleep update. That's all the kind of Pokemon Go updates. What are your thoughts on this whole Pokemon Go situation? Like, how do you think the Dynamaxes and Gigantamaxes are going to work? Again, Power Crystals seemingly are going to be a big part of it, and I think they're probably going to act as like raid battles. Just interesting what these are going to be. Are they going to take over certain Pokestops? Are they going to take over certain Pokemon gyms? Are they just going to spawn momentarily for like an elite raid where it's like available for an hour or something? No idea how it's going to work. I could definitely see Gigantamax Charizard being the first one they introduce though, and then maybe the other Kanto starters. But either way, let me know your thoughts on all of that. A lot of really interesting information to kind of take away from that today, but exciting times nonetheless if you are a Pokemon Go fan. And then of course make sure to do the raid as well if you haven't already. Moving on, we have some new rumors regarding another DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. So this was posted on 4chan, so of course take it with a massive grain of salt. Most of the time it does turn out to be false. I can't see us getting another DLC pack for Scarlet and Violet. I reckon that the Mochi Mayhem was kind of, I guess, the bow or the ribbon on the gift that was Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But at the same time, that was the mythical Pokemon for the Teal Mask. We don't actually, well, I guess the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero DLC. We don't actually have the mythical for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And a lot of people think it is going to be this gorilla here, which is shown in the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet book, which is what this DLC rumor is about. It's about this gorilla here. So again, whether this is something that we eventually see, whether it is just something they left in by accident, who knows? But either way, like I say, take it with a massive grain of salt. I don't think we're going to get another DLC, but you never know. We're not getting anything this year, so maybe they just give us another DLC just to make a bit of more money, because this does talk about like a price and stuff. So who knows? Either way, Scarlet and Violet DLC, the Magenta Monster will be announced in this August Pokemon Presents. So the Magenta, so I guess it's just kind of like the whole color theme. So we have the Indigo Disc, we have the Teal Mask, and now we have the Magenta Monster. Now, I don't know if that's going to be part of the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero. I assume it's not, because obviously the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero is its own thing. So maybe it's just like a standalone DLC that you buy. It looks like it's only $4, so that's very, very cheap for a DLC pack. So I can't see it being a very long DLC. But yeah, the Magenta Monster. I don't know. I kind of like that name, to be fair. I don't think it's real at all. Like, I do not think we're getting another DLC. I think this mythical, if we are going to get it, is just going to be like a mystery gift code or something like that, or it's going to be an event that we can claim. It'd be cool if we got it in like a raid. That would be really, really sick. But if we are going to get it, I don't think it'll be behind a paid DLC. But anyway, this third DLC pack will be $3.99, and we'll have about 3 hours of gameplay. So yeah, I mean, $4 for 3 hours of gameplay, you can't really go wrong with that, to be fair. I mean, it's a lot cheaper than the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero DLC, and I'm assuming a lot of people completed that in 3 hours anyway, so a decent deal in my opinion. It will also introduce Purpape into the game. Purpape, I get it. Purple, magenta, ape, Purpape, purple, yeah. Fair play, smart name, smart name. I actually quite like that name as well, Purpape. I'm assuming it's going to be like a poison type as well, probably. Something to do with purple, maybe fairy, even though that's pink. This is the mythical Pokemon shown in the Scarlet and Violet book. So obviously this book right here. It will end the story of the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero DLC. So that already doesn't really make sense. Like, the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero DLC was the Teal Mask, the Indigo Disc, and Mochi Mayhem. If anything, this DLC would end, I guess, the Scarlet and Violet storyline, even though that's kind of already ended. It's really hard to create another DLC to end the story when it's already ended. Like, I just feel like this gorilla Pokemon would just be given to us in an event or something. It just makes a lot more sense like that. But at the same time, Pokemon do need to make money this year, because I don't know if Pokemon Pocket is going to do as well as they think. Either way, it says Purpape is a poison and fighting type Pokemon with very high speed and physical attack stat. So yeah, poison and fighting, I mean, well, we've had a couple of those, like Toxicroak. What else is poison fighting? I can't think off the top of my head. But either way, it's a pretty cool typing. I don't mind it at all. Obviously, it's neutral to Fairy. Obviously, it's 4 times weak to Psychic, which isn't ideal. But yeah, it's not bad typing at all. Not bad typing at all. Type Pokemon with very high speed and physical attack stat. It has the ability Iron Fist, so I'm assuming it's going to learn a lot of punching moves. And basically looks like a purple gorilla. Think slacking, but standing up, and purple instead of brown. So I'm assuming it'd be like the white kind of tuft of hair that slacking has, but instead of like the brown fur, it's just purple. And it's standing up instead of like lying down. The best way I can describe it. So all in all, I mean, I mean, obviously we don't have any colors here, so it very well could be purple. Because obviously like Pormo and stuff like that, like they're obviously yellow, but obviously you can't see that in the in this image. So yeah, it could be purple, to be fair. Anyway, the story basically goes along the lines that a new part of Area Zero has been discovered, with a lot of energy being emitted from it. Your task, along with Nimona, Kieran, and Carmine, is to go and investigate it. Level 80 plus wild Pokemon will be battling you. So, I mean, yeah, I'd expect them to be relatively high leveled. You know, at this point in the game, you've probably got a full team of level 100 that are completely EV and IV trained, right natures, right abilities, everything like that. So, any wild Pokemon less than level 80 would be a little bit mediocre. I mean, level 80 would be mediocre compared anyway. But either way, apparently we're getting level 80 Pokemon popping up. And you will, and a new evil team that links in with Legend ZA will also be trying to capture it. So we're getting a new evil team revealed in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that is apparently going to link with Legend ZA, and they're also going to be trying to capture this gorilla. So no kind of talk about this evil team at all throughout this whole kind of playthrough of the Generation 9 games, but now they suddenly appear. I mean, I guess it's not that bad, because if it does set up the next game, that would tie in really well. I don't know how it would set up the next game, because obviously they're completely different points in time. But yeah, I mean, we didn't really have a really good evil team in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So if we had like, I guess, a bit of a hint or a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a someone about this evil team that we then see in Legend ZA. But anyway, they're apparently trying to capture it. The evil team in Legend ZA will be the ancestors of this team. I assume that. Okay, they've got that wrong. I think this evil team are the ancestors of the evil team in Legend ZA. I think they've kind of got that wrong. Looks like it. But either way, I mean, I'm assuming that's what it is. So, that kind of all, I guess, links in relatively well. Because obviously, Paldea is very close to Kalos. So, maybe the evil team in Kalos, which is obviously going to be the evil team in Legend ZA. So, not Team Flare, but a different one, is going to come across to Paldea. Maybe like we disband the evil team in Legend ZA, but there's like a few surviving, whatever, and they come over to Paldea, and then I guess they're a small little evil team, and then they see this gorilla Pokemon, and then they go and try and capture it. That's, I guess, something that they would do, which kind of does link the games relatively well. It then goes on to say you basically have to battle a ton of them, and then you capture the new mythical at the end. So I don't know how that's going to be 3 hours, unless it's just like loads and loads and loads to explore. But yeah, how that is 3 hours, I really don't know. You just go, and I'm assuming talking to Briar, you then go to the Area Zero, and then you go deep to a different part, and then you battle a bunch of trainers, and then you capture the gorilla. How is that 3 hours? I have no idea. Unless there's maybe there's like loads of dialogue. They are mainly releasing this so that they have some sort of income during the Christmas period, as there is no game release this year. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, obviously Pokemon Pocket's coming out this year, but again, I honestly don't think it's going to do as well as they expect. Like, I think that they're hoping that the transition of how popular the TCG is now is going to correlate into how much this game is going to make. But like I say, a lot of people that are buying the TCG cards right now are buying them to collect them and to like save them, and like a bit more of an investment. They're not really buying them to play the TCG, so I don't think people are going to be as bothered. I think it's still going to do well, and I think it's going to be highly, highly, highly monetized. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to be enough to have good sales for this year. So an extra DLC pack that's $4, I mean, it's not going to be a ton of money that they make, but it's something. I'm part of the team working on this DLC, so I don't really have a lot to say about Pokemon Legends CA, except that it'll also be shown in the Pokemon Presents, revealing the starters and gameplay footage of the actual game. So yeah, I mean, that's something you'd expect to see in the trailer regardless, like starters and gameplay footage, and maybe a new Mega Evolution. But I mean, all in all, I don't know, I don't think it's the best put together rumor. A lot of it doesn't really make sense. It's smart, it's kind of funny, you know, obviously like the Magenta Monster and Purpape and stuff like that. It's cute. It's cute. It is cute. I don't think it's real at all, though. I really don't think we're going to get another DLC for Scarlet and Violet. Highly, highly, highly unlikely. But what are your thoughts on it? Do you like the idea of Purpape and the Magenta Monster? Would you like more DLC for Scarlet and Violet this year that's only $4? I mean, I would take it. I would definitely take it. $4 for a mythical and like a new DLC and stuff. It's not bad at all, you know, it's really, really not. So I wouldn't mind it, but I just highly doubt it's going to be real. But let me know your thoughts on it, and also let me know your thoughts on all the Datamines as well that we've covered in today's video. But that's going to be everything from me. If you enjoyed, drop a like, let's try and hit 500, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for the daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.